disappointment in the game of life.
Lady and the Tramp might have pulled off the greatest hat trick in terrible villainy I've ever seen. I was actually rather unsure whether to count 3 different villains as the main one for the purposes of this list. But what's truly remarkable is the fact that no matter which one I picked, all 3 of them would have easily taken the bottom spot on this list for completely different reasons from each other. Well, to be fair, they all do have one thing tying them together as villains. They're all not really in the movie that much at all. It's a little bit more of a vibe movie without an overarching antagonist behind everything. But with that said, it does have some villains that do technically count for the purposes of this ranking. Let's go through the dishonorable mentions. There's the racist Siamese cats. Yeah, beyond the obvious reason why they'd be a shoo-in for last place, they also cause mischief in one scene and then disappear from the movie entirely. And yet, this is what won the Twitter poll for who should count as the main villain. Guys, I think you might have been wrong about this one. Just a tad. There's also the rat who shows up in the final 10 minutes of the movie to attack the baby and instigate a last-minute conflict. This is a non-character with 0 presence whatsoever. He doesn't hold a candle against any other Disney villain in existence for equally obvious reasons. But ultimately, when determining the main villain of Lady and the Tramp, I landed on Aunt Sarah. Somehow the most presentable main antagonist in this film, and yet she's also by far the lamest and worst Disney villain of all time, with absolutely no competition for that coveted title. She has maybe 2 or 3 minutes of screen time, where all she does is get mad at Lady and Tramp. She wants to put a muzzle on Lady, and she calls the pound on Tramp. That's it. Those are the heinous actions of the main villain of this film. Yeah, she's a bit mean to animals and definitely a hateable enough character. Plus, she owns racist cats, which is another extremely questionable trait of hers. But come on, there's practically nothing to work with here. She's not nefarious, she's not funny, she's not memorable. She's unlikable for all the wrong reasons. Not the fun, dastardly reasons that make other Disney villains a joy to watch. And to top all of that off, she's only in a tiny fraction of the film. It is genuinely impossible for me to rank her above any other Disney villain in existence in good conscience. Obviously, there are ones I dislike more, or who are way more heavily flawed, but at least they gave me something to work with, damn it! This is a nothing character from a, quite frankly, almost nothing movie. Yeah, as someone who isn't even really a fan of Lady and the Tramp in general, it should not be all that surprising that its villain is kind of the worst of the worst, in my opinion. Fortunately, we literally can't go lower than this.